Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Cornelia F. Bradford's Masterpiece Theatre. Cornelia F. Bradford, where the F stands for figurante, which means a ballet dancer who dances only in groups. You would not catch Cornelia dancing Swan Lake alone. No, you wouldn't. Tonight's story, boys and girls, is called Lights Out. Oh my. Lights out. I'd say, what is going on? I'll have to call an electrician, boys and girls. Very strange. Boys and girls, tonight's story is called Then and Now. It's a story about the past and a story about the present and all the different various things that we use. Now, in order to help me tell this story, I am going to get my grandpa. He's right here. Just give me a moment, boys and girls. Come on in, Grandpa. Come on in. It's okay. It's just the boys and girls. We're going to do a little video. It's called a read aloud. You sit in my chair. Here's my grandpa, boys and girls. He's very old. Just be careful. Go down slowly, Grandpa. Slowly. That's it. That's it. Oh, good. You're okay, Grandpa? Wonderful, wonderful. Isn't this fascinating? He'll give us a glimpse into the past and what it was like as we read Then and Now. It's a very big book, Grandpa. So let's get started, shall we? Then and Now, written by Tracy Sato. Then, think about some of your favorite toys. Children in the past played with cars molded out of metal. They moved their cars by hand. Grandpa used to amuse himself in so many ways back in the old days. Here's a little fun amusement he told me a lot about. It's called Kick the Can. There you go, Grandpa. Have at it. Now children can play with remote-controlled cars. Back in the old days, Grandpa over here used to play with little wooden dolls. That was his toy. Here you go, Grandpa. Your little wooden doll. It's been many years since he's seen that. Now, in this present day and age, we play with remote controls and drones. Yes, we do. Here it comes. Get ready, Grandpa. The drone is here. A remote control is a wireless device that is used to control things. And it's fascinating and lots of good fun, boys and girls. Grandpa loves drones. He loves the way they zoom and they zig and they zag and they go up in the air and down, sweeping and soaring. He never had a toy like that when he was growing up, let me tell you. Sure beats an old wooden doll with no face, right, Grandpa? Yes, this is wonderful fun. Then, construction sets have been a favorite of children for many years. One set had small wooden logs that could be stacked to make cabins and buildings. Now, today construction kits have pieces that fit together and wheels or gears that allow movement. Sometimes motors are included to make machines that can move on their own. Then, games like hopscotch have been popular for a long time. Children would toss small rocks on a grid drawn in chalk. Each player tried to hop in the squares without stumbling. Here's one of the old-time games that Grandpa loves to play. Hopscotch. Show us how it's done, Grandpa. Hopscotch. 1. Whee! 2. Whee! He still loves it, boys and girls. Now, boys and girls today play on playground equipment with many different activity areas. Some structures even have climbing walls and zip lines. Grandpa loves the humongous slide on today's playground equipment. Ready, Grandpa? Go! Grandpa? Grandpa? Get up, Grandpa! Oh. Then, what were schools like long ago? Children of all ages sat next to each other on benches. They practiced lessons by repeating words out loud. That could be noisy. Now, in schools today, children can listen to stories at the listening center. They wear headphones so the noise doesn't bother anyone else. Other children can listen at the same time. Then, in the past, students exchanged letters with children at other schools. They were called pen pals. It was a fun way for children to learn about life in other places. Now, today some classrooms have computers with webcams. These small cameras let children see each other on the computer monitor as they talk into a microphone. They can see and talk to someone miles away. In the past, children would gather together in large groups and learn things like math and language arts in a building like this. It was called a school. Today, children go to school on computers. With the use of webcams, they stay in the privacy of their own homes and learn all day on a platform called Zoom. Rianchi, get your finger out of your nose. Jeremy, don't do that to your brother. Lucas, get off. Stop jumping on the bed, Lucas. Oh, how I miss the old days. Oh. Then, long ago, children rode home from school in a buggy. A horse pulled the buggy along a bumpy road. Now, today, children get home from school in many different ways. Some ride the bus, some ride in cars, and others walk. Then, people have been using telephones for many years. Early phones had no buttons or dials. An operator had to connect calls by plugging in different wires. Now cell phones can be carried anywhere in a pocket or bag. No wires are needed. People can make calls from anywhere. Grandpa used to use a phone that looked like this. It's called a candlestick phone. Now, you can't put this phone in your pocket and take it wherever you go, like we can do now with our phones. Can you, boys and girls? No. And it was connected to a wall with something called a landline. Now, who needs landlines anymore, right, Grandpa? We sure don't. Let's just get rid of this landline right now. There we are. Unplugged, and now we don't need it. Isn't that... Grandpa? I must have unplugged the wrong machine. Oh, dear. Oh. Grandpa? Oh, thank heavens. You're okay. Oh, wonderful. Good, Grandpa. Take your pill. Good. Then, home life was different in the past, too. People once did their laundry by scrubbing wet clothes on washboards in large tubs. They would hang the clothes outside on clotheslines to dry. Now, washers and dryers make doing laundry easier for families today. These machines also make the job go faster. Grandpa used to wash his clothes down by the river. But in today's day and age, we use a washing machine and a dryer. It makes things a whole lot easier. Then, phonographs were a popular way to play music. A large vinyl disc called a record was played by setting a needle in its tiny grooves. Now, music players have been transformed since the phonograph. Now you can use a computer to download songs to your personal music player. You can carry your favorite songs with you. Grandpa used to listen to music on something called a record. This flat, large disc. He had a ton of them. And they were fantastic. It was a great way to hear music. But now, we play music on these little contraptions or even our phones. Yes, boys and girls, and we can have all of Grandpa's old records put on phones. And Grandpa can also listen to some new music. How do you like that, Grandpa? Rock and roll! Then, newspapers have provided up-to-date information to people for many years. They may also tell about events and things to buy or sell and include puzzles and comic strips. Now, while newspapers are still widely read, news can be accessed almost instantly from the internet using a computer. News can be posted on the internet minutes after it happens. Grandpa loves finding out about current events using the computer. He's very tech-savvy. Then, in many homes, families would gather around the radio in the living room after dinner. They would listen to adventure stories, funny skits, and mysteries. Now, families may still gather after dinner today, but now they watch television shows or movies. Grandpa loves to fill his days by watching the action-packed CGI spectacles of today's recent blockbusters. Then and now. As they did in the past, people today enjoy reading books. They can read books for fun and to learn new things. Many things have changed, but some things will always stay the same. The end. Now, Kick the Can was fun, but you know what's even more fun? A roller coaster! Here we go, Grandpa! I hope you enjoyed Then and Now as much as I did. And as much as Grandpa did. Isn't that right, Grandpa? Grandpa! Oh, you're always fooling around. Oh, Grandpa, what a kidder. Goodbye, children.